Testing 1, 2, 3. It's your boy Hoop Talk Nas in the building at the FBA Finals. Let me know if you can hear me, people. Is it good, the sound?
Sounds great. Sounds great. Good job.
Can I do it again with this mic too, just to make sure it's ready to go? Testing mic number 2. Testing mic number 2. This is Nas, making sure this works. Testing mic number 2 for sound. Testing mic number 2. Switching over to mic number 1. Switching over to mic number 1. There's just a delay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Hoop Talk Nas from the Hoop Talk Podcast, and I've been honored with the opportunity to call the 2025 FBA Finals between the Florida Flight and the Clermont Crocs. Call it right here, right now in the comment section. Who do you got winning Game 1 of the 2025 FBA Finals? We got the Florida Flight with their starting lineup, getting ready, stretching, dribbling the ball, making sure they got a good feel for it. We have Ron Burr, Dominic Douglas, Tyler Rodriguez, Sean Kapoor, and Deshaun Nels on the court right now for the Florida Flight. And on the other end, their opponent, the Clermont Crocs, will be suiting up with their starting five. Austin Mills, Kevin Rulock, Nick McCallie, Tyrell Leitner, and Khalil McConnell. Those are the starting units for both teams. Calling out who you got winning. Referee's about to tip the ball. Let's see what the action brings us today. We got Ron Burr with the ball. The Flight start off the first possession of the game. Tyler Rodriguez tried a little baby hook. Unable to secure the rebound after the miss. It is Clermont Crocs basketball. Trying to get a good feel for it. Always like to post up Tyler for the Flight. He's a very good all-around scorer, and he has that in his game. So they're going to try and get him going early. We have Austin Mills bringing up the ball with a screen being set by Kevin Rulock. We got a switch there. Austin Mills looking to take advantage of this mismatch on Sean Kapoor. Kicks it out to the corner. We got the Clermont Crocs yelling out attack mode, and then Kevin Rulock cuts to the rim for the easy 2 points. Tyler Rodriguez finds his point guard, Ron Burr, up top of the key. Nick McCallie already pressuring him early, exhausting energy as early as he can. Ron Burr finds a nice little dump off. That was a miss, but Sean Kapoor with the offensive rebound, first offensive board of the game tonight. Air ball by Tyler Rodriguez. Unfortunate there, but he's trying to get it going here. Austin Mills inadvertently hits Ron Burr. He's down. We got a timeout. We're going to check, see if Ron Burr is good to go. A referee stoppage there. Not a timeout. My apologies. Ron Burr appears to be good. He just wants to walk it off. Doesn't need any break or any subs. Nods off to his head coach, Mark King, letting him know he's good to go. So we got Tyler bringing up the ball instead with a dump to Sean Kapoor in the post. He has a mismatch with Austin Mills. Unable to convert that hook shot, but last touch by the Clermont Crocs. It is Flight basketball. Got Don Douglas with the ball up top. Looking for some action. Getting the ball to Kapoor at the top of the key. Ron Burr gets fouled. That is 3 free throws. Nick McCallie flabbergasted at that call. He obviously disagrees. Ron Burr is heading to the line. He's going to be shooting 3 free throws if I'm not mistaken. Able to knock down his first free throw. 2 more to go. Last free throw, and he finishes the trip. 2 for 3, tying the game up 2-2. 10 minutes still left to go. Leitner unable to convert the little fadeaway, but able to get his own loose ball. Khalil McConnell had the ball knocked out of his hands, but he was the last one to touch it, so it is flight basketball. Tyler bringing up. Looking for his team up ahead, seeing if there's any outlets available. They find Dom Douglas for a nice little mid-range. Unable to make it, in Sean Kapoor with his second offensive board of the night. And that leads to a Nels mid-range jumper there. Flight take the lead 4-2. Kevin Rulock with the ball up top. Nicholas McCallie setting a screen. Kevin Rulock takes it all the way, unable to convert. Unable to hit the rim, but we have McConnell hustling back after getting that steal. We have two shooters, but he takes it all by himself and able to convert the layup. McConnell for two, ladies and gentlemen, tying the game up 4-4. We have another post-up for Tyler Rodriguez here, this time against McConnell. This time able to convert the little baby hook. Looked a little uncomfortable, good defense there, but he was able to get those 2 points to fall. Sean Kapoor, yet another rebound off Austin Mills' miss. Romberg bringing down the ball, being defended by Nicholas McCallie. Screen set by Kapoor, look a little bit of a trap there between Mills and McCallie. Get the ball off of Ron's hands. McConnell looks like was called for the foul there. The post up against Tyler Rodriguez. We got Nelms again with a mid-range shot again. And we got another good one. That is a bucket for Nelms. Deshaun Nelms with 2 more points for the Florida Flight. Austin Mills bringing up the ball. Keeping an eye on every single one of his teammates. See who's cutting, see who's spotting up. See what screens are off. And then we got Kevin Rulock with a post-up on the left side of the court. Nicholas McCallie comes rushing for the ball. He thought he got fouled there at the three-point line, but the referees disagree. Ron Burr with the behind-the-back dribble. Dumps it off to Don Douglas, who finishes the play with a nice little layup. A little easy deuce, much to the liking of his teammates on the bench. Leitner waves off the help screen coming. He wants the mismatch here, and he goes straight to the basket for 2. Converts the layup. Dom Douglas was trying to do a little bit of cherry picking there, but unable to get that to. Oh, it looks like, oh, never mind. Sorry, the referees did not call anything. It looks like it was just out of bounds, but Dom Douglas was unable to make that cherry pick convert there. The defense was able to get back in time to disturb that pass. Sean with the post up. Finds Romberg. Him and Sean get caught up against each other, unfortunately. Causes Romberg to lose the ball. The number 15 for the Clermont Crocs checking in, Montel Williams. He just took a 3 right off the bat. Unsuccessful. Not able to convert those 3 points. Nicholas McCallie takes a seat on the bench for Montel to take his rightful place on the court. We also have Kenny Long on the court for the Clermont Crocs as well. And we got a timeout by the Florida Flight. The score is 10-6. The Flight are up by 4 points. 7 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first quarter. If you haven't already, let us know in the comment section. Who do you think is taking home the Game 1 dub between the Clermont Crocs and the Florida Flight? We'll see you back after this short break. Short little intermission there. The Flight able to talk that through, figure out the game plan for what's left of the first quarter. They are ahead, but that's never a bad choice to just talk through some of the things we've seen so far. make sure no timeout is wasted. We got Montel Williams bringing up the ball now. Interesting, because he is the assignment on defense for the Florida Flight big man, and also seems to be responsible for bringing up the ball. So a versatile player here for the Clermont Crocs. Very interesting to see how that works out for the rest of this game. Dom Douglas with the ball, passes it out to Sean Kapoor. Sean Kapoor with the dribble handoff to Ron Burr. Ron Burr finds Nelms. Deshaun Nelms in the post against Kevin Rulock. And he gives it off to Dom Douglas for a sweet little jumper in the mid-range. Gets it to fall for the 2 points. Tyrell Leitner bringing up the ball now. Montel Williams hasn't seen a shot. He does not seem comfortable. And he knocks that 3 down for the Clermont Crocs, giving them 3 points on the board. And we got Tyler Rodriguez passing the ball off to the corner for a miss and a rebound by Kevin Rulock. Montel Williams bringing up the ball once again. Kevin Rulock with the screen. Fakes the 3 and then takes the 3. Hits the back of the rim, unable to convert. Ron Burr with the rebound and pushing the ball up. Looking for his teammates, see what he can find in transition. Almost lost the ball there, the Flight did, but Tyler Rodriguez able to secure it. And a nice little roll to the basket by Deshaun Nelms for 2 points. He's having himself a great playoff debut for the Florida Flight. Kevin Rulock asking for the ball. He has a mismatch, he believes, against Sean Kapoor. Let's see if Sean can keep his feet under the ground. There you go. Oh, that did result in a foul, ladies and gentlemen. Sean obviously disagrees, but the referee calls it a foul on Kapoor, and it looks like Kevin Rulock will be heading to the line for 2 points. Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are tuning in to Florida, to FBA basketball for the first time, this is actually the third, yes, ladies and gentlemen, third matchup between the Florida Flight and the Clermont Crocs in the finals. The Clermont Crocs joined the FBA back in 2021 and have been back to the finals 3 separate times. This is their 4th year in the league. And they've been to the finals 3 out of those 4 years. Make that 5 years. 5 years. And they're now matching up with the Florida Flight for the 3rd time. So 3 finals appearances in 5 years for the Clermont Crocs. 3 finals appearances in 6 years for the Florida Flight. You could say they've been dominating the FBA over the last half a decade. Kevin Rulock believes he got fouled there, but the referees did not make a call. Dom Douglas with his patent mid-range jumper forces the Clermont Crocs to call a timeout, ladies and gentlemen. Dom Douglas looking to have himself a great debut for the Florida Flight in the finals. Former Winter Park Storm player competing for the Florida Flight Championship, or for the FBA Championship on the Florida Flight. Apologize for the misunderstanding. We'll be back after a short break while teams talk it out on their benches. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Florida Flight leading 18-9. Both teams talked it through there in a timeout. We got Bo Paul on the court now, in for Ron Burr. We also have Nick Choi in for Sean Kapoor. Bo Paul losing the ball, but hustling to try and get it. The Florida Flight able to get a timeout out of that scrimmage there. The Clermont Crocs not happy with that timeout call, as they do not feel the Florida Flight had possession, but we're going to see you back after another short intermission. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Bo Paul about to inbound the ball. He's got Dom Douglas. A little bit of a full court pressure by Tyrell Leitner there on Dom. Dom having struggling with the dribble there, but able to find his way down court. Shoots a little floater. Looking for a foul call, but did not get it. Austin Mills back in. He finds Georgie Nikolic, ladies and gentlemen, who checked in for the Clermont Crocs for easy 2 buckets, a left-handed layup there. We got Tyra Rodriguez looking for that mid-range, but was stopped there halfway. Good defense by Georgie Nikolic. Pokes the ball loose. You have Montel Williams trapped in the corner. A little too crowded there. I think Georgie should have left him alone there so he could find some spacing, but bit of a deer in the headlights situation there. Did not move, but luckily the Clermont Crocs secure the possession. They still have the ball. Montel Williams shooting a 3 over the defense. Bo Paul with the nice little rebound there. Pushes it up the court to Dom Douglas, who then passes it off to Nick Choi. Nick Choi is looking to post up. He gets called for an offensive foul, ladies and gentlemen. Ron Burr does not agree. He thought that was a soft call by the referees there. Austin Mills with the ball in the middle up top. Being guarded by Sam, who commits the foul and one. Austin Mills heading to the line for 1 free throw. Apologize for the ruckus there, ladies and gentlemen. Knocked off my mic by accident, but we're back. Bo Paul with the ball, trying to find Dom there, who's able to kick it out to Ron Burr, and then he dishes it out to the corner. That was an air ball, and the Clermont Crocs are pushing it up, trying to find an opening. Bo Paul sagging off of Nick McCallie there. Nick McCallie takes the baseline. They find Georgie Nikolic for 3. He's not able to convert that. Flight rebound. Ron Burr with the ball in his hands, making the decisions. A floater hits the front of the rim, unable to convert those 2 points. Loose ball there. Sam able to. Bodies hit the ground there. Sorry for the sudden pause there, but it looked like somebody may have been hurt based on a sound. The thump of the bodies on the ground, but it looks like everybody's good to go. Dom Douglas doing his specialty as usual, drawing a foul there. 1 minute and 42 seconds left in the first quarter. The Florida Flight are currently up by 5, 18-13, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to tell us in the comment section, who do you think is going to take home the Game 1 victory? Dom Douglas making sure to the best of his ability that the Florida Flight are the ones to do so. He knocks down his free throw. I don't see the points added on the board. Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. 19-13, one more free throw to go. Dom Douglas able to convert that. Both free throws, putting the Flight up by 7. Austin Mills with the basketball. Looking for a screen from Georgie Nikolic. Unable to convert that, but Nicholas McCallie with the hustle. Gets the steal, unable to convert the dump off. Looks like Georgie is hurt there, does not get back. Rob Bird does not seem to care. He's going to take a 3 in transition. He's going to make a 3. That gives the Flight a double-digit lead. The Clermont Crocs trying to find here what's going to be their answer, what's going to be their best strategy. They find Georgie in the corner, hits the front of the rim. Austin Mills was there for the offensive rebound, though, and he's able to convert 2 points, bringing the lead back down to single digits. Ron Burr bringing it up. He gets a heat check, ladies and gentlemen. Ron Burr for 3. Coast-to-coast pull-up. The Florida Flight up by 11 points. Austin Mills trying to answer back. Not a lot of spacing here for the Clermont Crocs. I'd say that's an area of opportunity. The Crocs able to retain possession. 21 seconds left on the game clock, but 9 seconds left on the shot clock. The Clermont Crocs will have to take a shot here, giving the Florida Flight an opportunity to take the last shot. Nicholas McCallie unable to convert the little push shot. Ron Burr is most likely looking to take the last shot, but he does find Dom Douglas, who then dishes it off to Bulb. Sam gets the offensive rebound after the Bulb miss, and Ron Burr trying to convert. Should have taken that shot, at least to a game clock violation, or the game clock expires, no violation actually. The Florida Flight up by 11, 26-15. We will catch you back here at the beginning of the second quarter. Yeah, I told him second half. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, at the beginning of the second quarter. As mentioned previously, the Florida Flight up 26-15. If you're tuning in for the first time, a reminder, this is the third finals matchup between the Florida Flight and the Clermont Crocs. The Florida Flight able to take home the matchup last year. They're looking to become back-to-back FBA champions. They won the 2024 championship versus the Clermont Crocs. and they're looking to make that a looking to make this a second consecutive victory over the Clermont Crocs in the finals to become back-to-back champions, which, if I am not mistaken, I'm going to make sure I fact-check myself on the next break, but this will be only the second time in FBA history that a team has won back-to-back championships if the Florida Flight are able to pull that off. This is only game one, ladies and gentlemen, so the Clermont Crocs, they are not going to go easy. This is only an 11-point game, so they are not out of this game whatsoever. The Clermont Crocs, a phenomenal team, very talented, and have all the ability in the world to come out with this win. This is a game within reach easily. Only 11 points. But first matchup in 2021 was won by the by the Clermont Crocs. As I mentioned, second matchup in 2024 won by the Flight, and now they're looking to break the tie. Nick Choi, who just got a block on one end of the floor, able to convert a little mid-range shot on the other end for 2 points. Austin Mills bringing up the ball, passes it off to Nicholas McCallie, who then rotates it to Kevin Rulock. The ball keeps moving around. Great ball movement by the Clermont Crocs. As mentioned earlier in the first quarter, I believe a better spacing will do the Clermont Crocs some good. That ball movement was very well done, getting the defense on their toes. But with the spacing they have, it is not resulting in any good opportunities. Sam with the cross-the-court pass from one corner to the other finds Tyler Rodriguez for 3, able to convert that. Kevin Rulock with 2 points, little scoop layup. We got Ron Burr versus Nicholas McCallie right now. Nicholas McCallie tight on defense, hands up, stayed low to the ground, able to get that stop, and that leads to a Clermont Crocs rebound. Nicholas McCallie using his defensive prowess to disrupt that play. Austin Mills with the three-pointer, able to convert, bringing the lead down to 11. After the Florida Flight had just been up 16. Tyler Rodriguez letting the Crocs know not to get too comfortable as he knocks down another 3. You don't want that man to get going, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 2024 FBA All-Star. That is a 2024 FBA champion. That was an MVP candidate last year, as he was the leading man for the Florida Flight. Or one of the leading men for the Florida Flight. I apologize, I take that back. I'm not even gonna lie, I completely forgot about Grant Gullett, who is actually sitting on the stands right now supporting his former Flight team. He was the MVP of the 2024 season. But Tyler was not far behind in votes, as him and Grant were a dynamic duo, a force to be reckoned with. Nicholas McCallie misses that three-point shot. Able to get the offensive rebound with the hustle play. That leads to Kevin Rulock for a mid-range 2. Tyler Rodriguez brings the ball up, looking for his teammates, dumps it off to Nicholas Choi for a handoff back to Rodriguez. And then we got a post-up play here. Nick Choi with a nice little spin move and a lefty hook. Converts to 2 points. Kevin Rulock with a mid-range miss. But Khalil McConnell with the offensive board and put back to get the Crocs 2 points. We got Bo Paul loses his defender, ladies and gentlemen. Unable to convert the floater. Nicholas McCallie with the 3, ladies and gentlemen. Not a person shy to finals appearances. Nicholas McCallie made it to the FBA Finals in 2023 with the Volusia Serpents. He brings some much-needed winning experience to this team. A veteran presence, a player who has been around the circuit for a while and has competed at the highest level in the FBA once already. Another player that you do not want to allow to get it going. He shoots another wide open three, unable to convert that one, but a good look. There was a bit of a hold there by the Florida Flight. The coaches on the Clermont side also agree. Referees apparently missed it, unfortunately. So it is Florida Flight basketball. We have Ron Burr bringing the ball up. Being guarded by Nicholas McCallie, one of the best defensive guards in the league. Has been doing a very good job. He's able to make that possession difficult for the Florida Flight. Unable to convert the layup. McConnell with a nice little offensive board and two-point conversion, bringing the Florida Flight lead down to 7. The Clermont Crocs making a nice little push here. Tyler Rodriguez unable to convert the 2 points, being guarded by McConnell. The ball finds its way to Sean Kapoor. Foul called on the Clermont Crocs. Minutes and 58 seconds left in the second quarter. Sean Kapoor at the line for one more free throw to go. And he's able to convert that, ladies and gentlemen. We have Tyrell Leitner bringing the ball up. He finds Kevin Rulock at the top of the key. Looking for a teammate to swing, nobody available. Finds McConnell in the corner who drives. Kevin Rulock dishes it off in the three-point land for Nicholas McCallie, who was unable to convert. Not feeling it today, but could get hot at any moment. Not a player you want to leave open, regardless of if the shots are falling or not. Ron Burr drives baseline, steps back. Unable to convert as Tyrell McConnell. Speedy Gonzalez to the rim, coast to coast for 2 points. Bull Paul driving, he sees the lane, passes it off to Nelms for the easy 2. Deshaun Nelms having a great game for the Florida Flight. Kevin Rulock trying to force the action there against Bull Paul. He does draw the foul. Looks like it was a foul on the floor. Bit of confusion on the floor there. Not sure what the referees were discussing, but we're all sorted out here. Tyrell Leitner. Stopped by Tyler Rodriguez, and there's a shot clock violation. Great defense there by the Florida Flight. Ron Burr versus Nicholas McCallie going up the court here. Screen by Rodriguez. Nicholas McCallie stays with Ron Burr. We're looking to get a post up here for Sean Kapoor. Big man screen action leads to a nice bucket by Deshaun Nelms. That is 2 more points for him. Nicholas McCallie with a little bit of a wild pass there, but it does end up in the hands of the Crocs. And Tyrell Leitner converts a three-point shot off of that sporadic play there. Just how Coach drew it up, I would say. Tyler Rodriguez with the ball. Dishes it off to Nelms, who looks to be getting double teamed. He's looking for a teammate. He finds Kapoor, who then finds Bob. There was a double dribble there from my perspective, but the referees may disagree, so I could be wrong. Ball finds his way to Deshaun Nelms for 2 more points on his box score. Kevin Rulock seems to have forced a shot up there. Obviously leads to a miss. Shots like that are unwarranted, but maybe he saw it as an open opportunity. Four minutes and 14 seconds left in the second quarter. The flight lead 43 to 34. There's a 9-point lead. Ron Burr with the ball, telling Tyler Rodriguez to move, and that does lead to a turnover. A little bit of more patience there needed to get that ball to Nelms. Tyra Leitner with yet another 3. Brings the lead down to 6 points. Phenomenal shooter there for the Clermont Crocs. But there's another phenomenal shooter on the other side of the court. Tyler Rodriguez, one of the best shooters in the league, knocks down a 3, bringing the lead back to 9. Don Douglas defending Kevin Rulock, a screen by Andrews. A dish off to the corner. Tyrell Leitner wide open once again, unable to convert that time. Great look by Kevin Rulock, but just unable to knock down that shot. Don Douglas finds Ron Burr in the corner. That is an air ball, unfortunately. Sean Kapoor with the offensive board, unable to convert the putback. Montel Williams bringing the ball up, telling his teammates to run a little faster so he can get an advantage. It's a half-court game now as Kevin Rulock sets a screen. Andrews tries to drive, loses the ball there, needs to find a teammate. Kevin Rulock was found. Ron Burr commits a foul. We have Sean Kapoor holding his knee. Referee timeout here. Checking in on Sean Kapoor there. We'll take a couple seconds to allow the coaching staff and the players to check on their teammate. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Sean Kapoor is going to the bench. Ball Paul grabs a rebound, trips and loses the ball. Austin Mills gets fouled driving to a lane. Looks like he's heading to the line for 2 free throws. Foul was on Nelms of the Florida Flight. That is his first personal foul. The team's 4th foul of the quarter. Ball Paul with the ball there. Dishes it off to Don Douglas. Looking for a teammate to make a swing to here. Double screen set by Rodriguez and Nelms leads to an easy bucket by Don Douglas and a foul by the Crocs. That is an and one, ladies and gentlemen. Don Douglas heading to the line for an extra point. Dom Douglas able to get the third point to fall. Montel Williams bringing up the ball. Finds Tyrell Leitner. Ball tipped and in the hands of the flight for a missed shot by Dom Douglas, unfortunately. Montel Williams looking for a teammate. Unable to find anybody. Finds Austin Mills in the corner, who drives. No opportunities available there. Bit of a high pass there. Georgie Nikolic unable to secure that. That is not flight basketball. Georgie Nikolic hustling, trying to get that ball back. They find Nelms in the post-up. Once again, one of their favorite plays to run today. Nelms shockingly unable to convert that time. He's been hitting on all cylinders today, but he's had to miss eventually. Montel Williams gets a screen by Kevin Rulock. They find Georgie Nikolic for three, who was unable to convert, hits the front of the rim. Ron Burr with the ball, hands it off to his running mate, his backcourt running mate, and then they play hot potato. That goes back in the hands of Ron Burr. Easy mid-range shot to convert the 2 points. Great pick and roll action by the Florida Flight this game so far. They a lot of screen action leading to open buckets. I've seen screens between guards and forwards, guards and bigs, bigs and bigs, all types of screens. And it's leading to easy buckets for them pretty consistently. Don Douglas tips the ball out of bounds. It is still Clermont Crocs basketball. 58 seconds left. 3.5 left on the shot clock. Montel Williams unhappy for the substitution there. Nicholas McCallie checks into the game. Referee calls a foul. That's Bo Paul's. That's Bo Paul, I apologize for the butchering there. That's Bo Paul's second personal foul, the team's fifth. Putting the Clermont Crocs at the line as they are in the bonus. Ball don't lie, the Florida Flight saying over here on the bench. Very happy with that miss by Austin Mills. Unable to convert either of those free throws. Ron Burr with the goggles, the point guard goggles there, finds Deshaun Nelms for the easy 2 points. He was all alone in the paint. Nicholas McCallie with the offensive board, but unable to convert the tip. Don Douglas was able to catch the long touchdown pass, get it over to Nelms, who could not convert the two, but did get fouled. So he's heading to the line for 2 free throws. Just to clarify, I am calling him Deshaun Nelms for short. Full name Deshaundrick Nelms, I apologize. Deshaundrick Nelms. But Deshaun Nelms is much easier to say, so I've been sticking to that. He's able to convert the first free throw. He goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Kevin Rulock with the rebound and also bringing the ball up by himself. Looking for a play to make here. He shoots the 3, air ball. Provides the Florida Flight the opportunity to take the last shot. Bo Paul pushes it up to Don Douglas. Don Douglas finds Nelms. And Nelms, as the common story of the night, converts the 2, ladies and gentlemen. Don Douglas gets the steal, and he's able to get the last shot of the quarter, of the half, unable to convert. That is the first half, ladies and gentlemen. The Florida Flight are up 57-38. That is a 19-point lead for the reigning FBA champions, trying to secure their second FBA championship in a row. Can the Florida Flight win this game? Can the Florida Flight win the 2025 FBA Finals? Tune in after halftime break to find out. We'll be back after an intermission. Is there anything particular that you would like for me to mention? Anything you have going on that you'd like the world to know about?
Not for this podcast, it's fine. Well, I could mention I have a website and a concept called Championship Wealth. If there's a minute I can say something about that YouTube channel, but well, taking some aspects of being a champion that I learned in basketball and helping people with their financial.
What's it called again?
Championship Wealth.
And what is it specifically? What is it?
I help people. I'm in the financial business. Financial business, financial advisory business.
Oh,
but it's more than that. It's helping people being, with well-rounded, with some ideas for their family, for their health, for their knowledge, education. Kind of, you need these different fundamentals. You need these different things to have balance and not be wobbly in life. So anyway, I got a website. I offer free books for people to learn more, and YouTube channel. But we don't spend a lot of time. Might just mention that if we got time out or something.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. You could, whatever you want to say about it, you can say it.
So what'd you think about the game there?
About this game?
Yeah.
It's good, man. The Florida fight coming out strong.
Yeah, they got run the last 3-4 minutes. The Crocs got behind, in that first quarter, 8-10, but then they kind of hung in there, hit a couple of shots, but the fighters just moving the ball.
Yeah.
Moving the ball well, they're getting transitions, getting things inside, then opening up the outside.
Yeah, they're missing their size, so it's easy for them down low. They're getting a lot of easy cuts to the basket. We got 34 right here going crazy. He's getting everything he wants because every roll to the basket, every offensive putback. All right, so when we do get started, you want to try your best to talk into basically. You see where you see this logo?
Yeah.
So you want to talk in that area. So if you want to set it up however is most comfortable for you, you can. But that's what you kind of want to talk into. You can put a We can put it high, whatever works best for you. And then what I try to do is try not to talk at the same time as him.
Yeah.
As best as I can. Sometimes I can't because I just gotta get something out, so I just get it out. It shouldn't pick him up too much, but just for the sake of not too much happening at the same time, I try to wait to let him finish what he's saying, but not mandatory, just something to keep in mind,
You can't really hear.
Yeah, you can't,
but
hear him too much,
you can't hear what we're saying other than talking because you can't tell if it's going through well on the mic or not, can you?
Yeah, you can't. We can't
with
hear
this
it
setup,
on his thing.
Yeah.
But we should be good. So we tested it out a bunch of times.
Okay. Yeah, so Nelms and Burr and.
You can have these if you want.
All right. Okay.
For the most part,
Just put them here. Yeah.
All the names. They're saying it for the last 30 minutes.
There. Yeah, I don't want to unplug anything. So have you called a few other games this season?
Say that again?
Have you called some other games this season?
Oh no, it's my first one.
Okay.
They needed help for the finals, and I said, why not?
That's Nas, right?
Nas, yes. So would you say you're a financial advisor is your role, or?
Yeah, I'm a financial strategist, wealth manager. You can say a lot of things. But I help people, with their figuring out their money. And I've been the commissioner of the FBA for the whole time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Just like before, it's your boy Hoop Talk Nas here of the Hoop Talk podcast, and I am joined by a special guest, ladies and gentlemen, Commissioner. Yes, you heard that right. Commissioner Greg Kite is on the table with me. Greg, say hi to the people, man.
Hello, everybody. Great to be here with you, Nas, at the FBA Finals. This is a long-running, one of the longest-running minor leagues in the country. And great to see a good game here with the Florida Flight and the Clermont Crocs.
Yeah, it's been an exciting game so far, man. I love what I've seen. I love the intensity. I love the organization that the Flight have on the court. It's really great to see. Coach King is one of my favorite things about him. He does a really good job of developing a system and finding players that are adequate and adept to follow that system and to win games. Second appearance in the finals back-to-back, so
yeah,
that says enough for itself. You've known Coach King for a while there. Would you like to tell the people about your relationship with Mark and how you guys met and became partners here in the FBA?
Sure. Well, the year before the FBA started, Mark had been moved down here from Kentucky, had been involved a little bit with minor league basketball up there, and started the Florida Flight. They played in Kissimmee then, and we were in a league. I think it was called the WBL. It's so long ago, about 15 years ago. And a good friend of mine was the head coach, and got introduced to Mark. They asked me to come on and be the general manager for that first year in the league. I was the general manager for the team, and the Flight had a good team, and put on as Mark still does, put on a great game day production. And but the downside a little bit was the league. The league was spread out, not just some teams in Florida, but Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and that travel and the length of schedule made it a little bit difficult. Sometimes we had a few teams that didn't show up.
Oh man!
To come down here to play in Florida, so Mark decided next year to start his own league. We started the league and launched the FBA.
Here we are. You said what? 15 years later, we are.
Absolutely. Yep. Like you said, we're.
Yeah, Mark definitely has done a great job with the FBA. You were one of the first people that he mentioned to me when I first joined the FBA myself. For those of you who don't know, I own the Volusia County Serpents myself, who were in the league for 2 years. We were unable to compete this year due to some things going on, but we'll be back for 2026. And Mark made it a point to introduce me to Greg. One of my first meetings with Mark on the phone was actually including Greg. All those years ago, it was probably like 2022, 23, something like that.
Okay.
So, you've been a vital piece to the FBA. You've always attended all their big award shows, all the playoffs, regular season games and all that kind of stuff supporting. So we appreciate you for being a part of this journey the FBA has put together.
Thank you. With
now, have you ever considered the idea of having your own team at the minor league level?
Well, actually, until this last season, I've been involved for probably about the last 10 years in coaching high school basketball.
Nice.
Kind of precluded that. My wife and I founded a private school almost 30 years ago called Pathway School in Orlando, and about 9-10 years ago they had a high school grade, so I helped them get the high school sports program started, and
Nice.
and I helped as the head coach, athletic director for a few years, or assistant coach for many years, until last year took a break from that, and so we'll see what the future holds. But for now, with the FBA, probably just staying in this role that I've been able to work into a busy schedule, being involved with, like we said, some of the games and presentations and some of the league meetings and organization, things like that.
Nice. I coached high school basketball myself a couple of years ago. Freedom High School, if you're familiar. I coached for 1 year there. Great experience, but I couldn't fit it in, and I had to remove myself from that. But it's a very rewarding experience to be able to work with the youth. I think the youth environment in basketball is just the most rewarding to me. It's great to see those kids so dedicated to something at that age, because you just don't expect kids to have that much determination at that age.
Yeah, because they're young and learning and make a lot of progress as young players. And you can, I look back on my coaches that I had and teammates, and some of my lifelong teammates and friends are from when I was in junior high school, middle school they call it now, and high school, and my coaches, close to all my coaches. A couple of them passed away now, but it's just there's a bond that you have and learning, and a lot to be said for all sports, and especially team sports, the sacrifice, the sweat, the lessons you learn that you can apply to life. And so it's great to see kids out there, great to see fans and enjoying it. We got so much electronics and screen time going on now. It's really good for kids mentally and physically to get away from that and be able to exercise and compete.
It is indeed. I have a teenager myself, and trying to get them off of those screens is a hassle, but she's going to go for soccer practice, and hopefully one day that leads to basketball, so I can actually help.
Yeah, if they're away from it, get there and exercise for 2 or 3 hours a day and get involved with the team and learn to work together with other people and have the highs and lows. That's what's important.
Yeah, funny enough, I'm younger myself, but I feel like I am still part of that generation that when I was a kid, it was more about getting out and going out to the parks, to the gyms, and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that's a lost art. So being able to influence the young community at that rate, myself, I have an AAU program, so I try to get all our practices to be outside. And kids these days, they're not a huge fan. They want to play basketball in the AC. They want to play basketball in a nice rinse. But there's a certain love for the game that you gain when you have to experience it, in the grit of the outside courts, in the heat and all that kind of stuff. A certain level of love and determination that you develop when you dedicate yourself to playing in those conditions. You know what I mean? If you love it in those conditions, you'll love it in any condition.
Absolutely. And here in the South, the Gulf Coast, summer in lots of parts of the country, it's tough to get outside, but and play. But there's some great opportunities to do that, and really character building. You think about all the other sports that they're totally outdoors, so not bad to have a little mix in basketball. Problem is some guys are outside shooters. Literally, they only can shoot when they're outside, not in the gym. But I'm old enough too. I grew up in Texas, in Houston, Texas, and it's hot and rainy like it is here, and there were even some gyms that weren't air conditioned, especially in the summer. Talk about a heat box, but
that's terrible.
Yeah,
I'd rather just be outside at that point.
Yeah. Well, the Flight stretched that lead out the last 4 minutes of the first half. They expanded that lead to about 17, 18 points, and they're got it up to 20 now, 64-44 with we've got about 8 minutes left in the third quarter. So if the Crocs are going to hang in there and have a shot at this game, they really got to make a run now. But the Heat's ball movement, rebounding, inside presence.
That's just what I was about to ask.
The flight has really been
What do you think is the key to the Crocs' success? What do they need to do better to get back into this game?
Get a bunch of stops and a bunch of scores. That's tough when you're
defense wins championships.
It's tough when you're 20 down in the second half and you don't have the momentum, but the flight's been consistent there. That's what happens, in a game. You wear people down and you get runs, and they withstood it for a little while, for a quarter and a half. The Crocs did, but let's see if they can.
I mentioned in the first half before you joined us, one of the things that I noticed for the Clermont Crocs is their spacing hasn't been the best. One instance that I recognize the most is one of their players got trapped in the corner, and then another player came to him, and that's the type of spacing that's really going to disrupt your offensive flow. And I think throughout the first half and even this 5 minutes that have passed already in the third quarter, spacing has continued to be a problem for them. They're not getting guys to stretch the floor. They're not getting guys to find open spots whenever there's a drive, whenever there's a roll to the basket. And that's leaving too much congestion. It makes it much difficult for them to find an open man. And it makes defense for their flight much easier because now everybody's in the same spot. We don't have to be looking around.
Exactly. My experience, and I'm a big believer in that if you make the defense work, and on offense, on defense, if you make the offense work, you're gonna come out ahead most of the time. So how do you make the defense work? One, you transition. Even if you don't get a quick shot, you push the ball down the floor, and then you make it work by ball movement and player movement. It's easy. I'm in my 60s now, and bad knees in great shape. But if I had to just jog down the court and stand there defensively, it's not very tiring.
Exactly.
So you got to really make that defense, and by moving the ball, and the flight have been doing that. Moving the ball, they get some penetration. Moving the ball, get it inside, kicking it out, makes those outside shots easier. And they've had really good interior passing, where they've got a size advantage on the Crocs too. But when you see that, I think that's really been the key to the flight success this game.
I tell people all the time it's a battle of the minds when it comes to basketball. On offense, you always know what you're doing because you're practicing it every day. You understand your plays and your offense. But on defense, you don't know what they're doing. You kind of have to guess. You kind of have to be disciplined, move your feet, stay low to the ground, all that kind of stuff to stay disciplined. So you beat the defense by making them overthink. How do you do that? You move the ball, just like you said. You get every single player involved. You never know who's going to take a shot. You never know who's going to make that extra pass. And when you do that, the defense starts scrambling. The moment one player loses track of what's happening, boom, you've won that possession.
They've got to make more decisions, and if it's a possession where you use a lot of the shot clock and they're moving, like you said, they're much more likely to make a mistake or just, get a little breakdown, or if you push the ball and you got something in transition, they're not back and they're not set. So that's the mind and thinking the game as you get to any level. But great teams and great players, not only play hard, but they play smart and they play together too. So those three components are what makes a championship team and what wins games.
Tyler Rodriguez unable to get that three to fall, but the score is 66-46. 6 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The Clermont Crocs call timeout, so we're going to take a brief intermission, and we'll be back with you after the teams talk it over. Would you like more water?
Get a second one, a cold one, that'd be good.
What happened?
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Oh, you think it? All this talking got me. My mouth dry.
Will mics go up during the timeout?
I'm not sure. I think he does. I'm not entirely sure. But they have good, I don't know what to call it, but a distance tracker. I think he does, though. I asked him to, at least. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Score still the same. Flight up by 20. Clermont Crocs had a lot of talking to do there. They need to figure out how to get back into this game. I've said it before to many people in the past, and I'll keep saying it. There's no lead that you cannot overcome in a stopping clock environment. It may say 12 minutes on the clock, but realistically, those 12 minutes can feel like 20, 30 sometimes because of how often the clock's going to stop, because of how many calls are going to be made. So these players, they have all the time in the world to make it happen. All it takes is one bucket at a time. We talked about it briefly before we got on for the third quarter. I was mentioning how Deshaun Nelms for the Florida Flight has had a phenomenal game, number 34. Who has stood out to you for the Florida Flight, or even for the Crocs, a player that you realize is really giving it their all out there?
Well, the Flight's got a lot of contributions from everybody. The big guys have done well with the interior playing the boards, and yes, Nelms, Sean Nelms has had a terrific game with the baskets and rebounds and hustle, but they've got some scoring from Burr and from Douglas, and contributions from everybody.
Yeah, Sean Kapoor also doing a really good job in the interior with the rebounding. Nick Choi, I agree, the big men for the Flight.
Yeah, Nick came in and played well.
Yep, the big men for the Flight are really holding it down, giving those guards easy
big
opportunities.
Stop here for the Crocs. They hit a three. Yeah, there you go. So this is what the Crocs got to do. You only have so many possessions left in a quarter and a half here, and you got a three. It's not going to go all at once. They got a three. Got to stop. They really need to score here to.
Andrews for the Clermont Crocs, very excited there. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, it's only a 14-point game, 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Andrews was just hyped up.
More.
Tyrell Leitner just gets the steal.
Steal back and get the breakaway. There we go.
Nice little dunk there in transition by Sean Kapoor. You got to be able to keep your composure in these situations. At the end of the day, the Crocs have had a great sequence. They want to build off of that. So despite what just happened in that possession, they want to keep their mind set on what they did the last 3 possessions before that.
And the Flight needs to keep their foot on the gas. You know, sometimes when you get a big lead, you're a little tired. Things don't fall as easily, but if you keep that work up and keep making the other team work, it'll happen.
Yep.
Good penetration kick. Nobody steps out.
Keep the foot on the throttle.
Nobody steps out to Burr in the corner, and he knocks it down. You can't.
It's just like that.
Yeah, they got to get a hand up out on him.
Gotta get out there. He's been making those shots all day, so there's no excuse at this point.
He had 2-3 seconds to set up and square it up. So.
Foul called by the referees. The Florida Flight believed it should have been called a travel instead.
Yeah, it was close to a good block, but a good play by the Crocs, by 22 there with the Crocs. Andrews took it inside. Now he can score with the clock stopped, and that's what they're going to need. Hitting shots, getting to the line.
The Clermont Crocs, unfortunately, do not have their big men today, Jermaine Johnson and Rick Bellevue, who are actually former Volusia County Serpents. So I was hoping to see them today, but they are not in attendance, which is definitely making a difference. The Florida Flight big men having their way in the paint on the boards, and even the guards and forwards able to drive easily today. It's been the story of the game, the ease that the Flight have had with dominating the paint in multiple ways. Nice hustle there by Georgie Nikolic. Able to get the ball to bounce out of the Florida Flight and keep it on the Crocs' possession. We have a 19-point game with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third quarter.
Double team by the Flight, created the pressure, got the turnover. Now they get the transition break. Nelms.
Might only be the second or third shot I've seen Nelms miss today. A great pass by McConnell.
Good penetration for the Crocs and the dish off for the bucket. There you go, they get a steal.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Good.
16.
A quick 4 points there for the Clermont Crocs. First is Mark King to call a timeout. Score 71-56. Crocs down 15, looking to get back into this game. 3 minutes and 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Let us know in the comment section right now, do you think the Crocs have what it takes to bounce back and take game one? We'll be back after a short intermission. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Florida Flight talked it over there. The Crocs were going on a little bit of a run here. Coach King had to put a stop to that, and let's see what the game plan is to get back into shape and make this lead what it was at the beginning of the third.
Crocs pick up full court. Well, Mills is going to give him a little room, but
I say if you're going to pick up full court, you got to commit to a full time there. I think Mills gave him a little bit too much space to come up the court. Nice little pick and roll action there. Unable to convert, Nelms is, but it was a good little play there. One thing that I just noticed, and I'm curious, you know, from a basketball veteran like yourself, what's your take on body language on the court? I always feel like players at this level don't have as much control over their body language as they should. How do you think that impacts the game?
Nice bucket there by the Flight. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, if how a guy carries himself out there can have a big impact on not only his energy but the team energy. So, and you can see it sometimes. You know, with a opponent or somebody makes a mistake or you get a run on them, and they got and their body language kind of drops as time. You gotta take advantage of that and keep pushing, keep fighting. Don't keep them down while they're down.
Yeah, a lot of players have to take advantage of that. Like you kind of mentioned, is you got players who are exhibiting a negative body language. Maybe that's the player you want to target with the trash talk. You know, maybe that's the player you want to target on offense and make him a little bit more upset than he already is. Because sometimes playing with an unleveled head could really lead to bad decisions. So when you see a player like that that's having that body language, you might want to take advantage.
Well, and as a coach there too, I mean, if you got somebody on the floor whose head's not into it, your heart's not into it, you're gonna see that. Hopefully, it's not your best players. Hopefully, it's none of your players. But that's what being able to substitute can help you with. But that's a thing that can feed. You know, you don't want that energy, that bad vibe to feed to the whole team. So. And tough to do when you get down, you know, a big lead. It's easy to get down and give up.
A common trend that I do see is the body language is never an issue with the best player on the court, and I think that's kind of what makes them the best player is being able to understand the game at that level. To be able to understand that body language impacts the team, impacts the chemistry, impacts the offense. So you rarely see the best player on a team or the quote-unquote best player on a team exhibiting any negative body language. And that does happen. Nobody's perfect, but it's rare. The Florida Flight, however, do a very good job.
What they've been doing all game. Great drive by Burr, dish to Nelms. He knocks down another one. They stretch it back over 20. Good drive and dish by the Crocs.
Yeah, it was good ball movement there. Getting every player involved.
They get a stop. They get a steal. Burr, good scorer.
We got a foul call there, much to the displeasure of the Crocs.
The Crocs have been hanging in that 15, 20-point deficit this half. They got a breakthrough just like first half. They couldn't get past about that 6-8 point margin. Getting late. Last 40 seconds here.
I think the Crocs need to take some time to figure out what is the look that the Florida Flight are allowing the most. I think they're kind of all over the place with how they're going to dictate their offense. You know, in one possession they're shooting threes, another possession they're posting up.
Yeah.
I think they need to figure out what is the weak point for the Flight right now. What are they allowing? Because every defense allows something that you don't recognize until you do it multiple times in a row. I would say the pressure on the ball handlers, however, has been pretty successful for the Crocs this quarter, especially towards the end of this quarter. A lot of the pressure they put on the ball handlers has led to a lot of turnovers. And for the most part, the Crocs have been able to convert that into points. So that could be the key right there, is continuing to blitz and trap those ball handlers.
Yeah, Mills for the Crocs got the steal there, and Burr reacted like something's happened when you get the ball stripped. He fouled him. So
was that a clear foul, it looks like? Yes,
like
it
they were
was.
taking care of the ball and had a 2-for-1 situation there at the end of the half.
This is the perfect situation for the Crocs. So you get two free throws and the ball back.
Yeah, they got it intentional. So now the Crocs, if they're smart, have a 2-for-1. They get a shot up here with 6, 7, 8 seconds, and they get the ball back one more time.
The idea is to make sure that first look you get is a good look, because if it's not, might as well just run off as much of the clock as you can.
No, you shouldn't, because you only have so many possessions.
You think they should just take the shot?
2-for-1. 2-for-1's any shot clock. You got to look at that here. Right now, I wouldn't agree with that. Sorry, no, you shouldn't. But yeah, you got to get.
I like it.
You got to try to get a good shot. And now,
at this point, they would have to take a shot now.
You got to go quicker. Yeah, got to go. We're not going to get them. Yeah. So now the Flight can just hold the ball.
They weren't on the same page here. There's no real need to rush a possession here.
Yeah,
you definitely want to look for the best shot possible, which could be this one right here.
It's always a good shot, best shot possible if it goes in, but see now the Flight got here. All right. But even that, they had 5 seconds. Crocs got the ball back, we hit it.
Yep.
Then they negate that last possession.
It didn't really
so
look like
hard to complain. He was wide open.
It didn't really look like the Crocs were looking for a 2-for-1 there, because they kind of got the ball too close to the half-court line, but that did cost them. They're down 17 to go into the fourth quarter, 80-63, ladies and gentlemen. 17 points seems like a large deficit, but I do believe it is still possible. Let us know in the comment section right here, right now, do you think it is? And we'll be back at the beginning of the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. I got Craig Kite with me, the commissioner of the FBA. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Referees letting the teams know to get on the court. We have the Florida Flight with the ball to start out the fourth quarter. Don Douglas bringing it up. Phenomenal crowd here today for the FBA Finals. It is a recurring thing for the FBA. The crowds that they bring out for the playoffs is always great. To support the Florida Flight Get and the Clermont Crocs, always very consistent.
Another nice play by Bird, the drive and dish. Great way to start the quarter for the Flight.
We got Nicholas McCallie with the ball here, looking for McConnell. He's unable to convert the first two, but he gets his own rebound and the putback gets it to go. Better than and one, he's going to the line for an extra point. That's the type of energy the Crocs need right there. Being able to go for those second chance opportunities is big. He's able to convert it that time. McConnell has been a scrappy player all game long. Nicholas McCallie, another scrappy player. Definitely they're a key to success for them today. Hopefully they can, and there he is right on cue, double teaming before the ball even gets inbounded. Was that a foul call by the referee?
Player down, lost his shoe. I don't know if he. Didn't look like an injury. They just stopped the play.
Yeah, I think it was a referee stoppage, it looks like. I didn't see any foul calls, so Don Douglas is fine though, lost the shoe there, but he's going to be backing at it. I'm sure getting ready to pull up another mid-range in a couple seconds.
Down 16.
Bulb the Towel Boy, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Bulb for helping us out. All right, Bulb Paul with the ball. Scoping out the field, see what his team is doing, see what looks they're going to get out of this possession. They find Don Douglas. I literally just mentioned Don Douglas was going to be looking for a mid-range. And within seconds, he goes for that mid-range immediately. Unfortunately, that was an offensive foul by the Flight, so the Crocs get the ball back. Down 16. Good steal there by Ball Paul.
Breakaway. And good finish.
Good finish
by
there by
Dominic
Don.
Douglas.
Austin Mills with the two, ladies and gentlemen. He gets that to fall. Nice little mid-range shot. Great shooter Austin Mills is. Definitely a player they want to look for to be able to regain or get back into this game. He can get hot quick.
There you go.
Ron Byrne knew immediately as soon as he landed on the ground.
Yeah, he got up in the air with nowhere to go. You don't want to.
No arguments from him. He just gave the ball to the ref and moved on with his day. We got Kevin Rulock here, the point forward for the Clermont Crocs, a play initiator for the team. Great defense here by the Florida Flight. Great rotations, great movement, great communication. Austin Mills with the fadeaway, and he gets it to fall.
He's your scorer. Now they need 5 stoppers.
That's
10
the
minutes
key right
left.
there.
Only so many times we'll get the ball back. You got to be almost perfect here.
Great defense by McConnell there. Dominic Douglas,
Nice
however,
move
had
and
better
shot,
offense. One of the best mid-range shooters I've ever seen at the minor league level. Dominic Douglas can shoot with the best of them.
Got the block on.
Yeah, Sam gets called for the blocking foul there. Mark King disagrees. Looks like we need our towel boy back in action again.
Good effort though by Sam. It's a 50-50 play. It was close to drawing the charge.
That's the number one way to describe Sam right there is effort. That's what he's here for, to make the little plays every time he's on the court.
But it creates an opportunity with the clock stopped for the Crocs to score. That's what they need.
I believe Kevin Rulock will be heading to the line though for 2 Hasn't been a great day at the free throw line for the Crocs. With the fourth quarter down 16, you're going to need to convert these for the rest of the way. You can't afford to miss free throws right now. The good old announcer Jinx. Sorry, Kevin. I'll keep my mouth shut next time.
1 or 2. You cut it to 15.
I guess 1 point is better than no points. Tyler Rodriguez had a relatively quiet night. But he has not. Don Douglas with the three.
Douglas, yep.
Don Douglas has not had a quiet night.
Picked up his pivot foot before he put it down.
Great defense, Sam. Fight is not departing.
We put the ball on the floor, something for players of all ages and skill levels to get out of their game. Needless travel.
Mm-hmm. Happens at all levels, so it's a habit that follows.
It does, yeah. There's Douglas again.
The best shooter on the court, ladies and gentlemen, Don Douglas in another mid-range. That high release he has is phenomenal. That's always something that I always rave about. The high release on his jumper is hard to guard. It feels like he doesn't fully tuck in his elbow. He kind of just releases it up here. It's crazy to see, but it goes in.
Yeah, high release, quick release.
It's a tough shot to guard, and the Clermont Crocs have definitely found out today. Clermont Crocs back at the line here.
Nicholas Choi in for Big Sam. Good work by their 3-4 big man today.
A lot of pressure being put on the basketball by the Clermont Crocs. Ball Paul stays calm and composed, able to convert the 2-point shot. Playing pressure defense on Tyrell Leitner, making sure nothing's comfortable. Almost forces a turnover there. Kevin Rulock to the basket, able to convert the easy layup. They're going to need a lot more of that. The Clermont Crocs currently down 18 points, 93-75. There is 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Choi with the rebound.
Nice putback by Nick Choi. He's been doing that all night, ladies and gentlemen.
Big plays, offensive rebounds, putbacks.
Why don't we take this moment, Greg, if you'd like to tell the people about your financial advice, business that you have on the side. A shameless plug can never be.
Oh, yeah, well, thank you, Naz. Yeah, I've been a financial strategist, financial advisor, and planner for about 19 years, actually longer than I played pro basketball. So it's early 2000s I got into business, and I love helping people not only take the wobble out of their financial life by helping them with a better investments, better financial plan, but also love to help people find balance in their life with their family, their health, their friends, their faith, with their knowledge and wisdom. You know, when you think about it, those are the really things that we can pass on to our kids, our grandkids, and next generation. So I've got a new website I'd love for people to visit called Championship Wealth. I was a champion in the NBA, 2-time NBA championship with the Boston Celtics, and I'm helping people win championships with their wealth. So check out my YouTube channel, Greg Kite Championship Wealth, and championshipwealth.com.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, championshipwealth.com. Greg Kite, a man of many talents. Clermont Crocs with the ball here, looking to make a final push. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They are down by 18. 2 points here could definitely mean a lot for them, but they need to get the best shot possible. That was an open shot, so nothing to be ashamed of there. But we got to be able to convert those at the end of the day. Tyler Rodriguez with a nice little Euro step, ladies and gentlemen. Finishes over contact for 2 points. Dominic Douglas is called for a foul there.
I think we need to modify the name of it. Just called a Floro step for the. It's a Florida version of the Euro step.
The Florida step. The Florida step.
The Floro step or the
the Florida
step.
I like it. Let's put a patent on that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna talk to Mark after this.
The FBA step. There we go.
But the Florida Flight are up 97-77. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The Clermont Crocs call timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
Is that you?
Yeah. That's the AAU
youth
side.
program?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Vipers. I don't know why it's taking you. That's not us. I don't know why it's taking you to the Vipers. It might be the one that people click on the most. That might be it. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We got Kevin Rulock at the line. It looks like the Florida Flight are actually in the bonus. Pretty early, but it looks like they're going to be shooting free throws for the rest of this quarter, which could benefit the Crocs in a lot of ways. Free points, as well as the clock stopping every time. They need to take advantage of that today.
Uh-oh. That was out of bounds. It was off the back of the backboard. It bounced out. Speaking of what they're doing on social media, yeah, everybody listening should check out Naz's websites. Is it FloridaVipersAcademy.com?
On
Instagram?
VeluciaSerpents.com.
VeluciaSerpents.com. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
There you go, VeluciaSerpents.com if you want to check out our most recent rosters and photos, videos, all that good stuff.
Do you have some things going on with youth basketball too, connected to the Serpents?
Yes, indeed. We actually have the Volusia Vipers AAU program. We've had a bunch of different grades. We've had 7th grade, 8th grade. We've had freshmen. We had JV and varsity high school for one summer. But we've primarily done our middle school and our freshman teams for the last, I think, 2 years now.
Yeah,
We're actually going to get back started again, like beginning of September.
That's great. Yeah, the youth, middle school and under kind of goes on a lot of the year, whereas the high school kids kind of take a break with from AAU.
Yep.
Once high school starts, because you got into the high school season and most of the top players are on the high school teams. But it's a great place. I'm sure you got some good coaching and training for the kid, but a great place to get started in youth basketball and have some fun and attend some tournaments, travel together a little bit.
Yeah, it's fun for sure.
Regionally, further sometimes with teams.
It's fun to coach, man. It's fun for the kids. They love the practices. They love the tournaments. They love being a part of an organization. It makes them feel like they're, doing something big. And I love giving the youth of of our community that opportunity. Mark King put in some work last year to get the FBA a partnership with Edge Team Sports, which is an Adidas apparel provider. So a lot of our kids have been able to sport Adidas gear on the uniforms, warm-ups, shoes, all that good stuff.
Nice. You want to look good.
And then we got Tyler Rodriguez looking good from the corner with a 3. Gets the lead back up to 18 for the Florida Flight.
Yep. The Crocs just haven't been able to break through all that 15-point barrier, and 4 minutes left. Not looking good for the Crocs.
Yeah, not looking good at all. A lot of points will need to be scored, but like you've said multiple times already, they also just got to get the stops.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they've been failing. Offensively, they've seemed to pick it up a little bit more, being able to convert certain shots, but on the defensive end, they just cannot get the stops that matter.
Yeah. Well, you look at 4 minutes left, you maybe got 10 possessions, so not very promising, but game 2 is tomorrow.
Game 2 is tomorrow. Same time if I'm not mistaken, but I will clarify. Make sure y'all tune in to the FBA Instagram if you want real-time updates, just so you can see the time. It's going to be the same location, same teams, obviously, and an even better level of competition because it's going to be game 2, and these teams are going to be aching to either extend it to game 3 or to take it home for a championship.
The FBA Finals best of 3 series with all of them played here at Seminole State College in Sanford, so be interesting to see. It's a short turnaround, which is 24 hours, less than 24 hours to come back and play.
Yep.
If the Crocs can come back with a little bit different game plan that they can execute, or maybe one of their missing big guys is here tomorrow.
And if you're tuning in for the first time, I want to remind everybody this is actually the 3rd time the Florida Flight and the Clermont Crocs have played each other in the FBA Finals. This is the 3rd finals appearance for the Crocs in 5 years that they've been in the league.
Yeah.
So a very successful program over there in Clermont. And if I'm not mistaken, they've also started their own youth division as well this year. We might be able to get on one of the representatives from the Crocs on the table tomorrow, see if they can talk a little bit more about that as well. But the FBA is doing a lot of great things, not just for the adult circuit, but also for the youth basketball within the Central Florida community.
And that's one thing that Mark King and the FBA have tried to do, and Nas, you and the other fellows that run the other teams like the Crocs, the ones that have been successful, they're not only running the FBA team here, but having some youth league teams and camps and training, and then also Mark's run, I forget what he's calling it now, but kind of a scout league of guys who want to maybe play on the big league club, but kind of getting that scout league team. So great basketball opportunities for young men of all ages, and I think young women in some of the youth leagues as well.
Yeah, the talent is phenomenal at the FBA at all levels. Even Mark King, we can't go without mentioning Mark King when it comes to youth basketball. He's been doing this youth basketball thing forever. He's the pioneer in the FBA when it comes to youth basketball. He's had teams for years and years and years, and they love him. I can see some of them on the crowd wearing their flight gear. The community and the family that Mark has built through his flight organization is honestly phenomenal. Even Grant Gullett is on the stands. 2024 FBA MVP, 2024 FBA champion with the Florida Flight, supporting his own crew here. That just shows you the camaraderie that Mark King has developed within the flight organization.
He does a great job of promoting and marketing and social media. It's not easy in a big metropolitan area to get a minor league team or a small college a lot of following and fans, because there's just so many other things to do with your time and other teams to follow. But one of the great reasons
phenomenal hustle play there by Nick Chor, and diving to the ground to get that loose ball leads to Tyler Rodriguez for the 3-man. Nick Chor has definitely been the hustle player of the game. He came off the bench, and he's been doing everything in his power to make sure his team stays with a lead. And I think it's safe to say he has definitely been successful in helping his team do that. Those type of players are the players that win you championships. Ron Burr pulling off that Steve Nash move, running through that baseline, just looking around trying to find the open player, and he does find an open teammate for three. This lead has gone out of the way for the Clermont Crocs. Unfortunately, they are down 25.
We got a tangled net issue down here. See if we got any leapers and get up there. Here we go. That's
we got Andrews going to fix it here. Looks like the net got caught on a couple of the hooks as well, so it's going to be a little bit troublesome to get it off. But as mentioned, the Crocs are down 25. Flight looking to run away with this win for game one. 1 minute and 43 seconds left. Looks like Mark King to the rescue with a ladder, so he can get up there and fix it.
There you go.
Nice little tag team there. Mark King and Sean Kapoor able to get that net fixed. And we should be getting back to the action here. Under 2 minutes left for the Crocs to try and pull something off, but I have to say, I like to be optimistic, but I don't know if 25 points is possible at this point. Saw Witten with the air ball. Unfortunately, we got McConnell bringing it down. Trying to find a good look here to give the Crocs some electricity to go into game two tomorrow. The Fly trying to use up as much of the clock as they can. No need to get hurt here. I think at this point in the game, I think it's best to tell your players to kind of take it easy. Use all 24 seconds of the clock at this point. There's no need to worry about making plays at this point. We do have an injury here. Nick Choi also has some bleeding on his arm that he just now noticed. Bo Paul was on the ground. He looks like he might be able to walk it off.
Did he get a cramp or he banged his knee or something when he went down? I don't know.
I might be wrong. I think at a first glance he looked like he was about to walk it off, but I think he might need to take a seat on the bench. He seems to have some trouble getting by on his own here. I just learned a new piece of trash talk. The Flight player just asked them, what's 110 minus 85? I've never heard that one before. I'm going to teach that to my teams. We need to start saying that to people. But in case you guys were wondering, it is 25, ladies and gentlemen. 25 points is the Florida Flight lead. A little under 1 minute left. Sam with the 2 points to make the lead 27. One thing you don't want from the Crocs here is to lead this game under bad morale. So you want to at least get some good buckets to finish off this game. You want to get something to give you confidence going into tomorrow. That might be it right there. Give him some sort of confidence to go into tomorrow with. Saw Witten with the 2-pointer. After the Kevin Ruloff 3. Should be able to finish off the game here. 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Austin Mills looks like he's just going to dribble it out. Teams looking to line up, dap up, tell each other good game, and move on to game two. And that's all we have, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like, comment, do whatever you got to do to support, man. We want to thank Greg Kite for taking the time out to be here with us the second half, talk about some of the things he had going on, and talk about the FBA. I want us to leave on one note. Greg, answer this question for me. Why should team owners, players, coaches come play or be a part of the FBA, tell them.
The FBA has been great. We've been around about 15 years now. Probably the longest running league, minor league in the United States. Outside of, you got the G League, but that's a whole different issue backed by the NBA. So we do it right here. Good competition, good game action. We're looking for other teams who want to come in and build a solid program, not just be with us for a season, but be with us for many years. And so we'd love to have we get inquiries often, and we have a little bit of a vetting process, sometimes a year of kind of learning and mentorship, if you will. And so we're excited to look forward to the upcoming off season with some tournaments and games, and then our season for 2026 as well. But first, the championship games.
Yep.
Tomorrow and possibly a game 3.
Yes, sir. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Come to the FBA if you want to expand your basketball journey. Greg Kite endorses it. I endorse it. I'm a part of the league. I've been part of the league for a couple of years. This is the place to be. Greg, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully we get another chance throughout these finals to have you on here. Don't forget, y'all, subscribe, like, comment, and we are done for the night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. All right, have a good one.
Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. Thank you. Nice to meet you.